What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, recently I've been talking a lot about crypto, but definitely I'm invested in a lot of different things, and I think it's important to invest in other things, diversify a bit. And if you guys are interested, I'd love to talk more about all sorts of investments, as well as investment strategies, all that kind of stuff. So today, I'm going to show you my stock portfolio and how it's performed over the last about a year. So I mostly started really going hard with stocks around when the pandemic hit and we saw those crashes. So if you guys know, I'm really into crypto, and that sort of was a catalyst for me to actually get interested in other investments and look at other, types of things that I can use to make money, because obviously crypto I think is the best. Bitcoin is the best opportunity, but why not play the other markets? And so yeah, I got interested right around there. And also because of Bitcoin's volatility, I've learned that the best thing to do when things are crashing is to look at it as an opportunity, a buying opportunity where things are at a discount price. And as long as you don't think, it's going to go to zero, it's going to go back to where it was at some point. And so you're buying at a huge discount. So I very fortunately had learned that right, in the years or 2 years before this big pandemic drop happened, and I was able to make some really good stock picks. So I want to tell you guys what I have here in my portfolio, what my gains and losses are. And also, I would like to, in the future, maybe in the next video, talk about my best picks for this year, my top picks for this year. I have 4 that I really think are great. But first, I think I should probably put out my portfolio out there so you guys know what I have done, so I have a little bit of a track record. Yeah, so without further ado, let's just jump right on into it. As always, this is not financial advice. None of this is investment advice. I'm just telling you my opinion and showing you what I've done. So let's jump in from top down. We'll go with my biggest gains. So the biggest position I have, at least, is Tesla. And my gain for that is 140.95%. So 141% gains over pretty much about a year, maybe a little bit more than a year. I don't really want to go too far into Tesla because you guys pretty much know Tesla. I think it's a mega company. A lot of people think it's overvalued. I don't think that it's just a car company. I think it has a lot of other things that are going for it. And I do think when I think about 10 years in the future, when I think about 20 years in the future, when I think about 50 years in the future, I think Tesla is going to not only be still around, but I think it's going to be gigantic, and it's going to have a lot of different things going for it other than just cars, batteries, all sorts of different stuff. And I also think, when I think about investments, I think, what are the young kids, me, and also the kids who are younger than me, going to be doing? Because it doesn't matter what boomers think. It doesn't matter what the right thing is that's been this way for hundreds of years. That doesn't matter. We've seen that with Bitcoin. Nobody cared what boomers thought. Boom. We're seeing it with other things like Gamestop stock right now. It doesn't matter what's supposed to happen. It matters what the young kids are doing. So anyways, Tesla, 141%. My next position, that is my second largest position, is space stock. So this is Virgin Galactic. You guys might know Virgin Airlines, but Virgin Galactic is Richard Branson's spacefaring company, and this is going to be offering private space flights for people who just want to pay for a flight up there. Not necessarily so much commercial and payloads from like big, military and stuff. That's more Virgin Orbit, I think is it that one's called. But Virgin Galactic is literally for people who want to have fun. People who have millions of dollars, who want to pay a couple million to buy a ticket to go into low Earth orbit. They're just now doing their first test flights. Richard Branson is going to be doing his first flight in the next couple of months, is what he's saying, where he's actually going to personally get on the flight and go into space. And they've already sold tickets for when they officially start having tickets be, or at least flights be available to the public. So they already have a lot of attention. They have a lot of brand name recognition. I seriously think that this stock is really undervalued, so I purchased it a long time ago. I'm also a really big space nerd, so I just like to have some skin in the game when it comes to space. It helps me even more be able to keep up with the news and stuff because I'm invested in it. Anyways, this one is up 65.38%, so that one has been a really good return. Now, my biggest gainer, which is a really weird one, but I have a friend who is smart, man. She's real smart, smarter than me, and she tipped me onto this during the pandemic, and she was like, you should check out Michael's stock. And I was like, Michael's? I know nothing about it. All I know is they sell arts and crafts and glue sticks, and I don't know why. And she was like, it's really undervalued. It's not going bankrupt. They're doing things right now that are really smart, and it has a great future prospect. So I was like, all right, I'll YOLO some money in there. My gains on Michaels, it's actually down from where it was about a couple weeks ago, but it is 475.93%. So 475% gains. Hindsight's 2020. One of my biggest regrets is not just YOLOing all the money I ever had into that. At that point, I was really, really picking up Bitcoin because Bitcoin had also dropped. So honestly, I can't be that mad because my gains on Bitcoin are also really great. But yeah, 475%. I mean, if you would have put 100K in there, you would have had 475,000. Dude, amazing, crazy. So we're just going down the list in my positions. My next position is GameStop. This one is down 2%, but that's literally something that I purchased yesterday. So it's not really relevant to here because we're not looking at a year long or months into it type of thing. But yeah, it's down 2%. The next one is probably one of the ones that people will suggest the most, which is, an ETF, which is an exchange traded fund. So this is a lot more of a safe bet than just buying individual stocks. And I do think that most people should probably play it safe. And if you are going to play it safe, choosing a good ETF is probably a great thing. The one I really like is VOO. There's also things like ARK. I think ARK is a fantastic one ran by Cathie Wood. It's performed extremely well and is really, really good with investing in emerging markets. A little bit more risky, but it is smart. But yeah, you can do, just kind of more safe bets with ETFs. But my gains on this, also fantastic, 22.66%. That is a really, really good thing. Personally, I'm a bit spoiled now because crypto really shows you these huge volatility moves. But if you look in the stock market, being able to make 5 or 10% gains over a year used to be like the benchmark. That was like, whoa, you're killing it. And so I'm a little spoiled because I'm like, yeah, or you could have bought Michaels or Space and made 60 or 400%, but whatever. Yeah, 5% is great. I digress. My next pick, which I didn't put a lot into, but this was a great performer. When the pandemic hit, I said, okay, what's going to get hit hardest? Airplanes, because no one's going to be able to fly, cruise ships, things like that. But are they going to go away? Probably not. Some of them will go bankrupt. But if you choose the ones that aren't going to go bankrupt, you're buying at a discount and it's going to go back up, right? And so I chose Delta. At the time, a lot of people were saying Delta is a bad choice. It's going to go bankrupt. I was just like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm a little contrarian, Sometimes I'm like, if that's what people think, then I'm choosing the opposite. Anyways, my Delta has gone 57.27% up since I purchased. Next up, Palantir. There's a lot to go into Palantir. Maybe I'll do this in the next video. But this is up 8.61%. This is a very new buy. This is, I think, maybe 2 months ago. So yeah, we haven't had a lot of time to see the impact of this one. To put it simply, Palantir basically aggregates huge amounts of information on people all across the world, especially terrorists, and they put it into an easy-to-search database, and they sell this database, the access to the database, to different governments. They have a lot of contracts with America, with governments, three-letter associations and stuff, organizations like, I think they have one with the CIA, maybe with the FBI. For me, I think Palantir is a really good choice because I think it's undervalued, and I think over the next couple of years, that's how I look at it. This one's a long-term hold for me. I think it's going to go massively upwards, and already 8.61%. That's a great return. And so yeah, those are my main stocks. I have some smaller ones, like really small positions, like so small that I don't know. I could go through them at some point with you. I hold like a very small position. Hertz. That's my biggest loser. I think 50%. So yeah, like right now we have Gamestop at 21%, and then that's my only other one that's been losing is Hertz. I bought that during the pandemic as well. And I just that was a contrarian one. I kind of felt like it wasn't going to do well, and I know they were already filing bankruptcy and stuff, but I said, oh, that sounds kind of fun. Maybe that could be interesting. But, right, I only put maybe 1/10 of what I would normally put into a stock that I actually believe in. More so, I was just doing this one because it was kind of a fun play. Sometimes I look at the stock market kind of like a video game, and that one's down 50%. So I'm not scared to admit things like that. But yeah, in general, my whole portfolio is up, which doesn't really prove anything, doesn't really show anything. It's not like I'm a genius or anything like that, but I'm just saying that I do have skin in the game. I am playing not only crypto, but also the stock market and other investments I'm looking into and stuff. So I kind of just want to put my portfolio out there so I could show you what I have done. You can kind of see my positions. And yeah, I just wanted to show that I'm not just speculating without actually putting my money where my mouth is. So there's my portfolio. If you guys would like to hear my top 4 or top 5 stock picks for 2021, I'd love to do that video. Let me know if you like that in the comments below. Let me know what your personal picks are for the short term, but also for the long term. And I think that's it. I'll see you guys in the very next video.